Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to Morning Tea with me, Tracy V. Allen. Today on Morning Tea, well, you guys know what Morning Tea is about. We're here to inspire, motivate, and educate you first thing in the morning so that you can start your day off right and think critically about the things that you're doing and the things that you actually want to do. So today I have a special guest with me. Her name is Soraisha Sankitts, and Soraisha is an esthetician. Hence why today is called Made Beautiful, because that's what we do, right? We go to the esthetician and we go to beauticians and such to make ourselves beautiful. Whether we want to just feel beautiful, or we want to enhance something that we already have and just make it even more popping. That's what we do, right? We go to estheticians like Soraisha to get these things done. So Soraisha, introduce yourself to the audience and let's learn a little bit about you and what you do.
Hi, my name is Soraisha Sankitts, and I am the owner of Giga Glam Studios LLC. And I am a licensed esthetician. And basically, the services I provide are I started out with lashes, individual eyelash extensions. I also do facials. I do henna tattoos. I do henna brows, like I tint the brows. Um, I also do body sculpting, and I just started doing teeth whitening.
I'm sorry, and you just what? You kind of
Oh,
cut out for a minute.
oh yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
I also started doing some teeth whitening.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh
And I
wow.
also go ahead.
No, that's a full gamut of services. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I also have my hair braiding license as well.
Okay.
So I also do hair braiding. I do locks as well.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
it's
All right.
basically a one-stop shop.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. So, Suraksha, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, like where you from, and why did you decide to get into this business? Because I know in your day job, you work for an insurance company. So this is kind of like your side hustle that you're gonna try to make your main hustle. But right now it's your side hustle. So give us a little background story on yourself, where you came from, and why you decided to get into this particular type of business.
Well, basically, um, I'm from St. Croix, U.S.
Mhm.
Virgin Islands, and a few years back,
Mhm.
I basically when my youngest son he graduated from pre-K. I went and got my lashes done to an Asian spot,
Mhm.
and that was a disaster. They started lifting, and like within 2 days. So I said never again. I
Mhm.
removed them myself,
Mhm.
and I said never again would I do lashes. Um, so one day I saw a coworker of mine and I was like admiring her lashes. I was like, your lashes are very long and beautiful.
Mhm.
So I basically, she said, yeah, my lady does them. Like my lash tech does them. I can
Mhm.
give you her name and number. I
Mhm.
was like, really? They look so real. How are they? Like, how do they do it? Like,
Mhm.
so, so she gave me her name and number, and from there, we had a Christmas party. I got it done. I got
Okay.
the courage to actually get it done, and that was like 2017.
Mhm.
And from then, I questioned her every lash appointment. I questioned her, and I got trained by her.
Mhm.
And then after I got trained, I started esthetician school. And that was
Okay.
it.
So she was kind of like you were kind of like her apprentice.
Well, no, she actually did lashes.
Right.
So
So that's what I'm saying. She trained you, so you were like her apprentice.
yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so from then I just in 2018 I got my business license
Mhm.
and I got the esthetician business license. I also got the hair braider license. So
Okay.
December 2018 I've been doing this and I
Okay.
just love it.
So, for those in our audience who are not really familiar, which I think most people are, but you just never know, who are not really familiar with what an esthetician is and exactly what an esthetician does, enlighten us.
An esthetician has anything to do with your skin.
Okay.
So an esthetician can do facials, we can wax, we
Hmm.
can do lashes, we can do tattoos, permanent makeup, regular makeup,
Hmm.
um, just anything to beautify your skin. We
Okay.
cannot do laser like hair removal, but because
Okay.
that's a higher level. But
Hmm.
anything you can do microblading for the brows, anything with the skin.
Oh, okay. All right. And we all know that the skin is the largest organ in our body, right?
Yes,
So we need to take care of it.
yes,
So let's talk a little bit about some, like delve a little deeper into some of the services that you offer. And there's one in particular that I definitely want to talk about because it interests me, because I've heard so much about it. And I'm just like, I don't know if I really want to do it, but I've been hearing so much about it. I may just try it because, hey, you need to try things at least once, right?
yes.
So, um, when it comes to taking care of ourselves and going to an esthetician and doing these things, I know a lot of women talk about self care, right? That's something that you hear thrown around all the time, that we must have self care. And then some of us are trying to save money and we talk about not going to those places or going to people to get some certain services done, and we want to do it ourselves. So speak to us about, self care and what we can do ourselves if we're tight on funds versus going to an esthetician like you. And then what are the benefits of actually coming to a professional to get the services done that we need, like having facials and that type of stuff?
Versus going to someone else. That's what you're saying?
No, versus doing it yourself.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, like it is more difficult to see like any type of like it's imperfections, right? So on your face, if you have blackheads, you may not see certain ones, you may not be able to get them out, like how going to an actual esthetician to do facials, we would be able to see your skin, know your skin type, know what products to use, and what type of facial you may need to improve your skin, or basically like any services like your lashes. People say, oh, I hardly have any lashes. And when they lay down, I actually tell them, like, you have a lot. They're just, light, but you do have a lot. Um,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know, like, okay, when we talk about hair, we tend to be hair junkies and we use all types of different products. So most people don't subscribe to one hairline and use everything in that hairline product. They'll use one product from this brand, another product from that brand, and so on and so forth. And I know that the same thing happens with skincare. Most people are not using a product line to take care of their skin. They're using products from a ton of different, it's like whatever they can find is what they will use on their skin. How can that positively or negatively impact the way, you age and the way your skin is, the way your skin is treated, the way it looks to the public? Yeah.
Basically, well, basically, I'm I do not use chemical-based products. I am a vegetarian, so I like to incorporate my lifestyle into whatever I do.
Mhm,
Whatever I use on my clients, I use
mhm,
it on myself as well. It's something that I would try on myself.
mhm.
So I would definitely, like when I do facials, I walk my clients through it. So like I educate them on what steps they would need to continue doing their facials at home to better improve their skin. So we have a little
So you're not making them reliant just solely on you. You're actually teaching them
no, no,
how to take care of their skin. So if they're not able, that's what I was asking before. So if they're not able to come to you because maybe, they lost their job or something like that and they used to come to you regularly, at least they have the knowledge and the product line. They know where to go get the products to actually take care of their skins. So their skin so that they can continue to see healthy skin growth and repair.
and that's why a lot of them like coming to me, because I
Mhm,
definitely educate them like, hey, you need to make sure you drink a lot of water. Like, yes, they can come back, but your
mhm,
aftercare is also important, because if you're
mhm.
not doing certain things, your face would just stay the same, your skin would just continue being the same.
So how often do you recommend that people have, men or women, have facials done?
at least at least 4 to 6 weeks. It just depends on their skin type.
Mhm.
So if at least 4 to 6 weeks.
And what's happening in a facial? Why is that having a facial beneficial?
It actually removes, like, especially like a lot of women like to wear a lot of makeup
Mhm.
to cover up imperfections. So the
Right.
facial actually helps your skin breathe.
Mhm.
Um, it it actually, like, I do one of the facials, the dermaplaning. It removes all the dead skin buildup
Mhm.
that we've had, or any peach fuzz, and
Mhm.
it helps with better penetration of the products. And a lot of
Okay.
us think like, oh, I can just wash my face and it's going to help. But we have so much dead skin built
Mhm.
up, the products aren't even working for us.
Right,
So
because they can't penetrate
getting yes,
that.
so getting facials done by a professional is way
Mhm.
better than actually doing it yourself. You know.
Okay. One of the things that I see that's quite popular lately is I think it's called the VI peel or something to that effect.
Oh, the chemical peel.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
I've
of people are
seen a
doing that.
lot of YouTubers talk about going to get it. And I mean, their skin looks wonderful,
Yeah.
but you're talking it looks wonderful 7 days later. The process from the peel to 7 days is scary. Like
Yes.
you cannot have a job and have to go to work because it's like you're literally like a snake just peeling back. And I'm like, that cannot be healthy. That just can't be right. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
that's I do not offer that. I don't offer
Okay.
chemical peels. I would definitely be offering microneedling. Microneedling is just like a little pen that has a tiny
A lot of
needle.
little needles in it. Okay.
Yes. So, and it's natural, more natural than a chemical peel. And it helps with like hyperpigmentation, acne. It helps with so many different things, but it's on more the
Really?
natural side.
I've seen the microneedling before, but I was always really concerned about, your face being pricked over and over with this little needle. I would think that maybe scar tissues would develop or something like that, but you're saying no, it's actually beneficial to your skin.
Yes. Wait, yeah, I'm not knocking the chemical peels.
Right.
A lot of people have asked, but I tell them, no, I do not do the chemical peels. I prefer not to.
So when you do the microneedling, um, are you gonna have any issues like the next day? Like, are you gonna have like a layer of scars because you were pricked over and over in your face, or any type of soreness, tenderness? I mean, like, are you gonna look like you had hundreds of little pricks in your face?
It depends on your skin type. If you're very sensitive, maybe you might be a little red for a day or two, but it's not going to be like 7 days of peeling.
Oh.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah. I think I've had facials done in the past, but I think the most invasive thing that I had done to my face was I suffer. Well, I don't know if I shouldn't say suffer. So I have what you would consider to be, I guess, freckles, but it's actually moles. So some of them are raised and some of them are flat all over my face, like my body. Like, I call myself very moldy, right? Because I just have them all over. So I remember going to a doctor and having them laser removed because I was just like, I just want smooth. I don't want any marks on my skin. Because when you're younger, you're insecure and you don't realize it's just who you are and it makes you beautiful. A lot of people admire my moles now because they grew back. Hello, they didn't stay away. So I went through all of that and had it. And I remember the after effects of the laser removal was just,
yeah, it's lighter.
Yeah, it was awful. I was like, I'll never do this again. So now they're back and they're going to stay because I'm not doing that again. So,
most people when they get it laser removed, it grows back.
Yeah, I didn't know that. No one told me that when I did it years ago. Had I known that it would come back, I probably would have just left it alone. Because to me, that was just a waste. It was just a waste. I went through all of that. I mean, they did one side of my face first, and then the next side of my face another day, and now it's all. It's all that. The only ones that I will have removed, though, I have a few growing very close to my eye. If they get big, then I will of course, have to have them removed. But otherwise, to that, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do anything. Yeah. So, my cousin had told me about a service that you do offer. It's called the vaginal steam.
Yes,
Am I saying it correctly?
Yes, I also offer it to my clients. It's different herbs, a lot of different herbs that are very good for women. You have to, boil it for a few minutes, let it sit for a while, and then you have to sit over it, either if it's over your toilet or in a bucket, however you prefer, and you cover yourself down.
Oh, you have to cover yourself?
Yeah, cover yourself. It's just really, once you cover the bottom part, because you need that steam to go up into that area. So you need the steam to actually go up. And it helps women in many different areas. Whether it's detoxing, it helps with premenstrual cramps, menopause, if you have cysts, if you have fibroids, many different things. Even if you're having issues, conceiving. So it actually helps a lot. It helps relax you. So I do definitely recommend some of my clients that, they just talk to me about certain things that they're going through, and I recommend it to them.
Okay. Is this a service that they have to come to you physically for, or is this something that you can mail out?
I can actually mail them out to my clients.
So what would a kit look like? Tell us what will come in a kit, because her her website is going through the ticker below. So if you want to get in contact with Soraisha, the name of her business is Giga Glam Studios. So you go to gigaglamstudio.com, ticker at the bottom. So tell us what they could get in this kit.
Well, actually, I have like either one packet. You can get, you only need one packet. You either do it before your menstrual cycle or after. You can try the 1 packet, or you can get 3, or you can get 5. So it's basically that, or you can also buy the yoni seat that you put over the toilet from me. And that's basically it. It's just a little packet with herbs, different herbs.
Okay, so you just need herbs, water, and either your noni seed or a bucket. If you go to the bucket way. Don't do like what my cousin did and sit on the hot bucket now, or the hot noni seed, and then you're like, oh my God, right? So you don't want to do that. But yeah, I just find that to be very interesting that, there would be like a steam system. And I've been doing some research on it before, I decided to do this interview with you, and just listening to what a lot of women have said and the results that they've gotten from doing that. So yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your studio, your business itself. We talk about some of the services that you've offered, but the name of your studio, or the name of your business, is Giga Glam Studios. How did you come up with that name?
It's a nickname that my cousins, I have like about 3 cousins that call me Giga as a nickname.
Really?
Yeah, Giga, because she was like a sister to me, and she passed away like almost 6 years ago. Her name is Arlene, and I was like undecided on a name, and I was like, in remembrance of her, I'm gonna just call it Giga Glam, because I didn't want it only to focus on lashes. I wanted to be everything. Like I do a little bit of everything. So I said, let me just name it Giga Glam. And Giga actually means big. So it's Big Glam. And studios, when I decided to get the LLC last year, I was like, okay, let me just add the S to the N, so I can, eventually my goal is to have multiple studios.
Okay, awesome. So again, the name of her company is Giga Glam Studios, LLC. Like I said, the ticker is running at the bottom. It's Giga Glam Studio, not with the S.com. And then you can find her on Instagram as well, at Giga Glam Studio on Instagram. So go follow her. She has a lot of really good videos on things that she's done with her clients. And you can see if you want to partake in her services. She is located though in Florida, so you won't be able, in the Central Florida area. So if you don't live in Florida, then you won't be able to use her services, but you can go to her website and buy products that she does have on her website, like we talked about the vaginal steam packet and that type of stuff. So what else do you want to tell us about, being an esthetician, or getting our skins together, taking care of ourselves?
Basically, you have to start within. So whatever, if we want our skin to be beautiful, we have to make sure whatever we're eating is healthy as well. So we can't expect to have beautiful skin if we're not drinking enough water or eating a lot of greasy food. So I always educate my clients on that. My business is home-based. Some people are like skeptical about that, but I decided to start out home-based and build a clientele like that. And it's a decent size. And recently I started doing body sculpting. So
look at you. Really? Now that's another big thing that you see a lot. Like, you can't go on Instagram and not see somebody doing something in the body sculpting, but with like everything else, not every person is made equal. So not just because people are doing it mean that you should go to them. You want to go to somebody who really knows what they're doing, because they can truly mess you up. Like someone like myself who bruises easily. I know if I go to somebody for body sculpting and they go way too deep, I'm going to leave there black and blue. I was not made beautiful in that case. I would not be made beautiful in that case, because then I'll be all bruised up, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, basically, you come in, and it depends on your body type as well. So
Mhm.
we can start out, it depends of the person, what area they want to work on. Most women, it's the midsection. So, you know,
That's
that's
the
the
problem
area.
area.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, so basically, I either start with wood therapy
Mhm.
or the cavitation machine. If they want just like wood therapy, different types of wood that you
Mhm.
like, it helps with like cellulites or like, yeah, basically any kind of like cellulites on the skin. So
Mhm.
it like breaks up the fatty tissue.
Oh.
So yeah, so you can start with that for certain
Mhm.
people, or you can use the cavitation machine that, it liquefies the fat. And
Oh.
the radio
We
frequency
all need that in
machine.
our lives.
So it's basically it's a
Mhm.
non-invasive way of getting rid of non-wanted, the problem areas in our
Oh
bodies.
yes. I need some of
So like,
that.
there's like different areas that we can work on. Like some people like, oh, I just want my arms. I just need
Mhm.
to work on my legs. I need this
Mhm.
back. My back needs to get worked on, my stomach. Everyone has a different complaint. And a lot of my clients started doing a lot of lipo last year. So that's
Oh
why I
really?
decided, yeah, so I decided to get into this, to give them a different route rather than going into surgery, because not everybody has time off from work or can actually do surgery.
Mhm.
They have different conditions that they can't go into surgery. So this is a different way that they can lose inches without
Mhm.
surgery. So a lot of people come, and to get the best results, you gotta do at least up to 6 sessions,
Okay.
but you can lose at least 2 inches from around your waist within the first session. So it
Really?
is, yes.
Wow. Okay. And so why are a lot more people not doing this versus going through is it instant, do you think it's instant gratification? But I don't know if it's instant gratification though, because I've seen enough surgery videos after lipo, and it seems to take at least 6 months to really see the true progress of that liposuction, because you have to do like the lymphatic drainage, massages on a consistent basis, and it just really takes some time for the body to really get back to where it was prior to, or back to what it's supposed to be looking like after that surgery.
Yeah, definitely. It takes up to 6 months for them to
Mhm.
actually back to normal. So, and not everyone has that time. You have to go for these lymphatic
Mhm.
massages at
Yeah.
least 1 to 2 times per week for that amount,
Oh, I
of
didn't
time.
realize it was that often.
Yes, or else they can get like hard in certain areas, like a buildup. So,
Hmm.
some people can't afford that,
Hmm.
or they can't take time off from their jobs, or, whatever the reasons are. But
Hmm.
that's why I decided to offer a non-invasive way of losing inches versus surgery.
Wow. And you
Because
said
I'm
two
into the,
inches in the first session. So in
yes,
a
you can lose
16
up to.
session, what is kind of like the average?
Well, basically, it depends on the areas that you're working on, and also um, your aftercare. So you have to wait with 3 days because your liver will detox the fat. It releases everything within a 3 to 4 day, yeah, 72 hours
Mhm.
time frame, and then you can come back for another session.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so you got to wait at least 3 days so your liver can detox it. And
Mhm.
then you have to make sure you drink a lot of water before and after.
Right. I like
And
going for a massage.
yes, and
Hmm.
basically, I have the laser lipo machine as well,
Hmm.
and the butt suction therapies. So if you, yeah, it's equivalent to 1,500 squats.
Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. You really do offer the full service. Look, this is, I guess I chose the right title for this, Made Beautiful, because you have everything that a woman would need to regain her self-confidence and feel like she's being made beautiful. Not that she may not be beautiful already, but when we have problem areas that we are a little self-conscious about, having those things taken care of can be, really beneficial to your self-esteem and how you present yourself in the world. So Soraisha, I am so happy that you decided to be my guest today. You've given us a lot of information, a lot of things to think about, things that I didn't even really know was going on in the world of, being an esthetician and beautician and that type of stuff. So I think you've given women, so and men alike, something to think about when it comes to taking care of their skin and alternatives to going under the knife, right? Because it's very expensive and the recovery time can be lengthy. And we've heard so many different stories about people not making it through at all, right? Because there's no such thing as a minor surgery. If you have to be put under, it's not a minor surgery. So any last parting words that you want to leave the audience with?
Basically, drink lots of water. But no, seriously, like I started actually doing facials because my son, like I have a teenager, and I was like, no, we need to do something about this and also educate like boys. I have two boys, and a lot of men aren't educated enough to to the point that they have to learn to take care of their skin as well. And I want them to feel comfortable getting their face doing facials, and so when they grow up they can like tell their wives like, hey honey, let's go and get facials, or let's get a massage, or I'm teaching them how to treat their women as well.
Right. Okay, well, thank you again for being my guest. Again, if you're in the Central Florida area, you can reach out to Soraisha by visiting her website at gigaglamstudio.com. Again, that's Giga, let me put it up.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Gigaglamstudio.com. The name of her business is Giga Glam Studios, LLC. And you can follow her on Instagram at Giga Glam Studio. All right. Until next time, thank you for joining us for Morning Tea, and we'll see you the next time around. Bye, everyone.